today to our presentation. This is Muhammad Ahmed Zaki Fahim, PMO Director and Online Expert Consultant in Project Management, who will lead you to succeed in your project management to become a certified project manager, as well implementation, as well knowledge and skills capabilities. Today, we're going to be looking on one of the most important chapters in that covers in the PMI, right, chapters. It is the rule of the project manager. So basically, what we're going to be looking today, right, is that overview on the project management. And as we know that a project management, he's a person who is a leadership, who plays a critical role in leading the team, in being a maestro for the team, managing the project teams in order to achieve the project objectives. Many project managers become involved in the project from initiation to closure, and that's why the project sponsor always makes sure that the project manager should be as early as possible in the process of managing the project to be recruit, right, and to be working as early as possible. So the project management, right, along with other project managers, he will be involved in the evaluation analysis of the activities prior to the project initiation. Those activities may include consulting with executives and business leaders. So the project management, as he plays a crucial role, he manages as well along with the business analyst. He works with the stakeholders of the business owners as well with the business users, right? Communicating to them, knowing what are their expectations, what are their requirements. It's important that the CEO or the board of directors, they have strategic objectives they need to achieve for organizations in which they recruit the project management so that he converts those strategic objectives into project goals and is able to achieve those aligned strategic goals. That is, we call it the vision of the organization. And the process that is going to be adopted is going to be mission accomplishment that's going to be undertaken. So it's important as well, he improves the organizational performance. It's very important that project management he sets for his project, right, the organizational structure of the team that he's going to be the tools and he's going to be working with them and the players, the team players who they're going to be scoring the goals, right, he's going to direct them. So it's very important that he has the capabilities of building the OPS. As well, he is able to meet the customer needs or expectations, right? In some of the organization settings, the project manager may be able to manage, right, or assist the business analyst, the business case development aspects of portfolio and management of the project. So the project manager at certain organization, right, he is the leader who's leading up the team, right? He's the one who provides direction to the business, how to undertake their requirements. Okay, he provide with assistance on the technical team, how when to get engaged, right? Which the sort of resource team that should be engaged in the meeting, right, with the stakeholders of the business, external stakeholders. Rule of the project management, it always varies from organization to organization. You need to remember that every project manager, he might be reporting to a manager director, he might be reporting to a CEO, he might be reporting to a PMO director. It depends on the size of the organization, whether you're working into a startup organization, a limited liability, a functional corporate organization, or a multinational organization, right? So it is the project manager who used to fit to be tailored on according to the organizational needs, right? And he's the one who accomplishes the process to fit for the project. So when we look on a comparison from another angle, a pictorial angle between a project manager and a maestro or a conductor in an orchestra. So when you look onto the analogous type membership and rules, right? So we look on the conductor large or an orchestra, right? They have compromising of many teams. So we have a conductor who is conducting a big orchestra, so he has as well teams. Similarly, a project manager, a large project, he has as well teams. It might be including have in the orchestra, conductor might have 100 musicians to led by a conductor, while in as well in a project management, a project you might have 100 project members that are managed by a project management. So all the rules in the project we have a project management, while in orchestra we have the conductor. So the musician they can play different 55 different kinds of instruments placed in the major, such as the winds, the string, the woods, the brass, the percussion, right? And here, the team member, they may involve different roles like we have design, manufacture, facilities, and management. So we can see that there is no difference in between the orchestra conductor and the project manager, except only the type of the industry they're operating, but the same rules are applied, the same size of the team, the same structure, right? But the only difference it's in the industry, its type that it varies. Existence of a team lead, we have an existence of a team lead. When we look on the responsibility of the team, you will find that in a conductor in a large orchestra, he will be able to be responsible for the team to produce the orchestra concert. While as the project manager in a large project will be responsible for the project team to produce a project outcome. That's what we call a result orientation. Now, he needs to take a holistic view of the teams to products in order to plan, coordinate, and complete them. So we have an holistic view, an overview. He needs to take a holistic view of the team to produce, to plan, and to coordinate as well and to complete them. He leads the conductor. He leads leaders, begins reviewing the vision, mission, and the objectives of the respective organization as ensure alignment with their organization to make sure that they are aligned with the strategic objectives. Similarly, a project manager in a managing a large project, he has as well to have a vision and a mission, and that is produced from the CEO or from the board of directors, right, and of their respective organizations to ensure alignment with their organization. Now, the leader established their interpretation of the vision, mission, and the objective of in the successful completing of the products. And here the leader establishes their interpretation of the vision, mission, and the objectives involved in completing the products. Now, the leader use right interpretation to communicate and motivate the team, okay, towards successful completion of their objectives. So we have motivations of leaders. Similarly, we have a project manager in a large project managing as well. He needs to communicate and to motivate the team. When we look onto the knowledge and skills, a conductor is not expected to be able to play all of these sort of instruments, but he does have the knowledge on the musical instrument, understanding and their experience. Similarly, the project manager, he understands how the analyst work, he understands the developer, how he works, the back end, the front end, or we call the full stack, the designer, the graphic designer, all of the team, the quality control, the DevOps, right? But he doesn't have to play those rules. So the conductor provides the orchestra with leadership planning and conducting through communication. So communication is the key element. Similarly, for the project manager managing the team, he leads the team, he coordinates through communication as well. Conductor provide with a written communication of the form of a musical scores and practice schedule, while as the project manager provide with a written communication, documented schedule communicated in with time, right? And it could be using a contract or a product charter, team charter, right? Scope document. Conductor also communicates in the real time with the teams by using Panon and other body movements. Here, the project managers, okay, he used a real time with the team using meetings and verbal and non-verbal communication. We have a formal verbal, informal written, formal written communications that can be used throughout the project. So we can see that when you look onto the project management sphere of influence, you will find the cruciality of the project management, right? He plays a big role. He communicates with many sort of projects, right? Managers. He communicates with finance managers, resource managers, sponsors, government bodies, steering committee, PMO, stakeholders, support customer, end user. So we say that's why we say that the project management is one wild in the minds and one deep inch. That means he needs to know every information, every manager in the organization, how he operates, every team, how operates, so that he will be able to work and cooperate and understand the requirements. So the project management, he has a numerous of jobs to do, rules within the sphere of influence. Those rules, right, they reflect the project management capabilities and they represent a value of contribution of the project management profession. The project manager is the person who leads the team in order to accomplish the project objectives, and those objectives such as identifying the clear, concisable achievement of the project goals and finding the requirements, balancing the scope between the project, adapt the specifications, right? Those are examples of the objectives of a project, right? We do have what we call hard objectives and soft objectives and stakeholder expectations. Now, when you join me through our course, we'll be able to explain further what are the soft objectives, what are the hard objectives, and the difference. As a PMI will ask you those questions. Project managers work with competing constraints on both resource available. So we do have factors that might limit your project from succeeding. So those factors will affect your project and you need to find solutions to them. There could be a risk, there could be an issue, right? Project manager also communicate the role with sponsor teams and other stakeholders, which include providing direction and presenting the vision and the success of the project. This was an initial draft of the project management, rights rule of project management. In order to have further information and be able you to pass your PMP exam, you need to join with me the course. I will make sure you will pass the exam, right? If you follow my instructions, you follow my path, right, and putting an effort, you will be easily piece of cake to pass your exam. And not just that, we're going to let you learn as well how to act as a project manager, how to implement solutions, how to brainstorm solutions, right, and how to perform workarounds if required, and how you're able to uh, perform a success stories, right, and even to achieve your challenges and impress your stakeholders, external stakeholders, and your organizations, and you're able to make a good salary pay. Thank you very much. This is Muhammad Fahim, right, PMO director and online consultant, expert consultants on site and on site. Thank you very much. It has been a pleasure. Looking for your contributions to joining my course. And thank you very much. Goodbye.